What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Here to bring you a video giving you 5 guys I believe will have a breakout year this season. Now, before we get started, quick disclaimer. This is not the end-all be-all list. This is just 5 guys, 5 of my favorite guys, but realistically, this list could be like 25, 30 players deep. So these are just my 5 guys. Comment section, attack it down below. Let me know what 5 guys would you add to your list, your personal list, but as I said, these are my 5 favorite, but this list could be 25, 30, 35 players, long if you want to list everybody who could be the next breakout star or just breakout player for this season. So let's get into it. And I want to start with Jalen Phillips first. He's number 1 on my list. There's no real order, but you've seen in the thumbnail. Some of you might ask, why is he here? He had a great year last year in 2022. He shouldn't be here. Well, this isn't just about breakout having being the household name. I think this list could also be, or some of your lists could be also guys who will take the next jump from being very good to be great, to be all pro, to be a pro bowler. And I think Jalen Phillips is right there. I think with him paired with Bradley Chubb now for a full season, Ramsey got hurt yesterday, so that's kind of a bummer, but that still doesn't really impact Jalen Phillips in my opinion. You bring him in there, you now have Vic Fangio, and as I said, Phillips had a great year last year. He really proved himself from being a high-end prospect a couple years ago, to 2 years ago, then last year showing and proving, having 7 sacks, 60 tackles, a lot of pressures, a lot of great plays. And now with Vic Fangio, now with a healthy full season under his belt now, full training camp and stuff with the Dolphins with Bradley Chubb, I think the league is in for a rude awakening with Jalen Phillips in this defense scheme. So for me, I think Phillips take that next step and goes from, wherever you think he's at now, pre-stardom, right at stardom, right the cusp of it. Wherever he's at, in your opinion, I think he takes that next step to be one of the best pass rushers in today's NFL. I really do. The only thing he really needs right now to show improvement, he's gotten better, but is his stopping the run. And he's been doing that. He did that last year. He did it a little bit better. If he can prove that a little bit more and a little bit more production from the pass rushing side, is going to be a problem. It's going to be a real problem. And I think he will do that. So I have Jalen Phillips on my list. That's not my number 1. Excuse me. Now, number 2, my fellow Falcons fans, let's talk about it. Let's unite. Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is on this list. I think he's due for a breakout. A lot of people have forgot about him. I know the Madden rankings and people still mention him as well on social media. The Madden rankings did him pretty well. Surprisingly, missing most of last year. But yeah, had a great rookie season. Off year last year. We had Mariota as quarterback, and injuries hurt him also. This year we have Desmond Ridder. Me personally, still not really sold on him. People have been saying during training camp he's been struggling. We'll see. We'll see when the season starts. But however it may be, he will be the safety blanket. Him and Bijan Robinson. I think both of those 2 guys, him and Bijan, could be up for Pro Bowl years this year because of our young quarterback status, because of the play scheme and the play style of our offense. I think it'll be geared towards the tight end and running back for the most part, for the safety blankets for Desmond Ridder. So I like those moves a lot if it does happen, to really target those 2 weapons, two young unicorns. But I think Kyle Pitts is due for a breakout season. I think it happens this season. First year, as I said earlier, awesome. Look forward to it. Everything looks pretty good. Second year, it's a little rough, a little rough. Mariota and with the injury. So this year, bounce back season. I'm ready for Falcons fans. Let Pitts and Bijan Robinson lead us to the promised land, lead us to the playoffs. Let's make some noise, right? So my number 3, I love tight ends. I want to be a tight end growing up, and this is my second tight end on this list, and it's my last one. But the tight end from the Tennessee Titans, Okonkwo. I can't say his first name. I can, but I stutter and I talk fast. So I don't want to mess it up. So, Okonkwo. See, I'm stuttering now. The tight end for the Tennessee Titans. One of my favorite guys in the draft a couple years ago. Fast, athletic freak, and he came out of nowhere. I was watching the draft stuff 2 years ago when he came out, and he just popped off the screen. His numbers look good. At Maryland, his speed, his athleticism, his size, everything about him looked good. I'm like, he's going to be a stud. Him and the tight end from UVA. Where did he go? To the Colts. He went to the Colts. Forgot his name now. But yeah, those two guys are like, man, they look very impressive. But I like him, the tight end for the Tennessee Titans. I like him to really be the next big thing. The only thing that kind of hampers it with me, honestly, is them getting DeAndre Hopkins. If it was just him and Treylon Burks and Derrick Henry, then cool. But even with Hopkins, they don't have a great receiving core other than him and Burks. And Burks still unproven, kind of, sort of. He's only on a sophomore year. They didn't have the best rookie year. You can easily put Burks as well. With Hopkins getting most of the attention now, you could say Burks could be the guy now. But I still think Okonkwo could be the guy. That stutter is killing me there. It's crazy. But I think Okonkwo could be the guy. Had some good yardage last year, only for 450 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 32 receptions. Had a big play against the Chiefs, ran some fullback wheel outs. So he can definitely do some damage in different ways, from the fullback spot, from the tight end spot. Up the middle on the sideline. I like him a lot, man. So he's one of my favorite guys to really hone in on and watch this season. Next, number 4, I have Drake Jackson. The Niners lost 2 of their leading sack guys last year in Charles Omenihu and Samson Ebukam. Samson Ebukam went to the Colts. Omenihu went to the Chiefs. And I think Jackson, who had a rough year last year, I think he bounces back. He's an aggressive pass rusher from the 2-point stance. Normally plays against offensive guards, but he can play defensive end as well with a hand in dirt. And I just like him, man. Stood out last year. 2 of his 3 sacks was start off with just fast, quick, fast in a hurry, quick step. And if he can continue that, with more playing time, a better feel to him, I like him a lot. With Nick Bosa and all those guys there. So we'll see what the Niners overall, what their ceiling is, who the starting quarterback is. Is it Sam? Is it Brock? Is it Trey? We're not quite sure yet. I know they're leaning towards Brock, but is he ready? Will he be ready by season start to really start planning, get some PT? So we'll see where that goes. But I do like Drake Jackson. I think, his combination of power and speed, isn't elite, but it's definitely good enough to make some noise and make him a household name, especially with the Niners fans. So I like Drake Jackson there. And my last and final one, I can do a bunch of names, guys. I can do Abraham Lucas for the Seattle Seahawks. I can do Nakobe Dean. I can do Jeremiah Owusu-Komora for the Browns. A bunch of guys on this list, man. Kadarius Toney. The list goes on. But I'm going to go with one guy, and that's Kenny Pickett. I did a video this past season, earlier during the off season, probably about 2-3 months ago now. But I did a video on head coaches on the hot seat entering 2023 season, and I said Mike Tomlin. VA Zone. I'm from VA. I met Mike Tomlin growing up. I seen the Super Bowl ring in person. When the Steelers last won the title, 2008 maybe. I saw it like a year or 2 later at a football camp. So, I'm from the same area as Mike Tomlin. I appreciate him, respect him, all that good stuff. But I think, last year was definitely close. 9-8, they finished strong, winning the last 4, if I'm not mistaken, right? Maybe something like that. But they finished very, very strong last year. It wasn't looking like they were going to finish past above 500, but they did. They just snuck through to get the 1 year away. This year will be the all-time record during the Super Bowl era for being over 500. That record's cool and all, but it's really about winning and getting into the playoffs. And they haven't really done that much damage in the playoffs in a long time. So like I said, I respect Mike Tomlin. We're from the same area, all that good stuff. Met him, Super Bowl ring, all that good stuff. But he needs his quarterback, and he needs Pickens, the wide receiver, to really step up this year and really show their worth and improve fast. Get a better connection very, very fast. And you can easily put Pickens on this list, but I think it all stems from the quarterback play. I think Pickett is the guy for this list, and I think he finished the season pretty well. Also, came in with a little bit of hype, with the Kenny Two Gloves hype. Played decently. Started off pretty slow though. The first game threw a bunch of picks. And put the ball on harm's way a little bit. But as the season went on, he looked more comfortable. Made some good throws. Made some good runs. Had some good moments. So, and as I said, the whole team altogether just finished strong last year. So, very impressed with them. I think Pickett can do it again and improve for the full season. And I think he will, or could possibly help save Mike Tomlin's job in my eyes. I might be wrong. I could be off. But for me personally, I see Mike Tomlin possibly being on the outs if the season doesn't go great or at least very good for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But that's just me personally. So we'll see where it goes. But those are my 5 guys: Jalen Phillips, Kyle Pickett, Okonkwo, Drake Jackson, and Kenny Pickett. So that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time.